If you look at, for example, Curtis Yarvin, there's a tremendous amount of interest. Is Eric going to speak to Curtis Yarvin? Curtis Yarvin says many interesting things, and he says many horrible, stupid things, very provocative. And I haven't invited him onto the portal, but I haven't said I will never invite him onto the portal. We are all in a difficult position.
That's what I'm saying. You're making it kind of, I think it's a much more difficult task and burden to carry as people who have conversations, because Curtis Yarvin is a good example. How much work do I have to put in reading Curtis's work to really understand?
Let's talk about the problem of Curtis Yarvin.
Yes.
Because I think it's probably illustrative. There's this big question is, why does somebody who says such stupid ass things listen to by so many people? Very smart people who are part of our daily lives, discuss Curtis Yarvin in hushed tones. Now,
it's a good question.
My belief is that Curtis Yarvin has made a number of very interesting, provocative points, and they associate Curtis Yarvin as the person who has made these points, and they treat the completely asinine stuff that he says that's super dangerous as, well, that's Curtis. Right?
Right.
Okay.
They give him the credit for he's a kind of like, sorry to use the term, first principles deep thinker about
in
like
some
the way the
category,
world, in some space about the world. Yeah.
But as a result, we don't actually know why Curtis Yarvin is knocking around so many Silicon Valley luminaries' lives.
Well, see, you said that he said a lot of asinine, stupid stuff, and that's the sense I got from a few things I've read. Not just about it. This is not just like Wikipedia stuff. Is he's a little, like I've said before, he seems to be careless.
I don't think he's careless. No. It's like Jim Watson. Jim Watson wants to say very provocative things in order to prove that he's free. It's not a question of careless. He enjoys the freedom to say these things. And the key point is that I expect something more of Curtis. I expect that if somebody is insightful about all sorts of things up to that point, that they're going to have enough care. Now, I, for example, make this point repeatedly that vaccines are not 100% safe. Most people who have an idea that anybody who's an anti-vaxxer should be silenced are in a position where they probably don't say vaccines are 100% safe, but you keep finding that statement over and over again. Like, believe all women. Vaccines are 100% safe. Climate science is settled science. Right. Whatever this Mont and Bailey is, where you make extraordinarily vapid blanket claims, and then you retreat into something, well, defund we don't want no more police, actually just means we want the police to not take on mental health duties. We've come up with an incredibly disingenuous society. And what I'm claiming is that I might talk to Curtis Yarvin, but I have really very little interest to talk to a guy who seems to be kind of giddy about who makes good slaves and who makes bad slaves. It's like, why do I want to do that on the portal?
One, first of all, because just as you said, that's not Curtis's main thing. He has a lot of ideas, and what I've read of him, which is not a huge amount, he's very thoughtful about the way this world works. And on top of that, he's an important historical figure in the birth and the development of the alt-right, or what would be called the alt-right.
Or the new reactionary movement.
Yeah. And so he's just an important intellectual. And so it makes sense to talk to him. The question is, how much work do you put in?
Well, this is the issue of fugu. I'm not a chef that necessarily can serve that fugu. So you have a puffer fish. You can eat the puffer fish. You can get a kind of a tingly sensation on your tongue if you get a little bit of the poison organ. But my point is, I don't know how to serve Curtis Yarvin so that, in fact, I'm not worried about what happens. But I believe that if somebody else was a student of the new reactionary movement, that person might be in a better position to host Curtis Yarvin.